Okay, you guys are all set, thank you.
Good to go.
Good, all right, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Orange, Connecticut zoning board of appeals meeting for March 7th, 2022. My name is Noah Eisenhower. I'm the chairperson of the board. Before we begin, I just want to introduce you to the members who are here. We have Pat Panda to my right, David Crowe to my left, Greg Natalino to my left, and Matt Pickering, you're on speaker, Matt?
That's correct. Thanks, Noah.
Okay. In addition, we have Bonnie Sayat, reporter, and Tammy Trantello are filling in for Deb. So, welcome all. Just a couple of things. We have a full board tonight. In order for your variance request to be granted, we would need 4 positive votes. All variances must be recorded, if granted, must be recorded in the town hall within 1 year. Actually, we have one case now tonight. I'm going to ask anyone who's going to speak on behalf of the applicant to come up to the front, identify himself, front being the podium to my right. If there is anyone to speak in opposition, I don't know if there's anyone online, but there's still an opportunity to do that. And if there is opposition, the applicant will be entitled to a rebuttal on that. First order of business, we haven't been here since November 1st, 2021. Has everyone had an opportunity to review the minutes of November 1, 2021? And if so, if there's any changes, if no changes, there are a motion.
I make a motion.
Pat makes a motion to accept the minutes. David seconds it. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, we're good. All right, we have one matter down for tonight. I'm going to read that matter off now. See if I can find my agenda. Right here. Not right here.
I'd be happy to read it if you like.
All right. Zoning Board of Appeals, public hearing meeting, March 7th, 2022, 7 p.m., lower level, Orange Town Hall. We have petition number 1823 submitted by Robert and Elaine Barberi for property known as 35 Andrew Lane. A variance of section 383-30, in parentheses, large C, regarding setbacks from other property line is requested. That's the only matter we have down here tonight. Having said that, I will call any representative for petition number 1823 to come on up to the right. Here.
Yep.
And bringing the child very effective.
We have one at the Cub Scout meeting at High Plains, and we have one at dance. So we had to arrange
It's coming.
all of our alternative arrangement is. So
But you didn't bring any donuts.
my name is Robert Barberi. It's my wife Eliane Barberi and her daughter Teresa. So we've never done this before. Jack's been a helpful resource in helping us with the application. So I don't know exactly how this works right now, except I can give you a short, quick idea of what we're trying to do, which is put a shed/pool house into our property. We've been there for I guess 10 years coming up this summer. And we've always been kind of, had an eye towards some landscape changes. We hired a landscape architect back in, I want to say 2016, 2017 to help us kind of, further beautify the property and, some changes that just made sense with the whole overall landscape and would help us. There's a pre-existing pool that's been there for a number of years. And we don't have anything, it's just kind of bare bones around the pool. The pool's right in the middle of the yard. It's really kind of that whole side yard is really open to the road, and there's just no privacy from the street. So it just made perfect sense to put a storage unit there, kind of a storage unit / changing area, something to house chairs and pool equipment. And our plan was really to kind of have that be somewhat close to the pool / driveway, and then in the back have a separate door that really just functions as a typical shed. And then we found out that I think it has to be 25 feet in, and what we want to do was only going to be about 12 or 13 feet in. So that's the short of it. Why we're here. And again, I don't know if I present and then sit down or if I stay here to answer questions. Okay.
All right, so you want to put a shed, and you need about a 12-foot variance for the side yard.
No.
Say again?
Microphone?
Oh, I'm sorry. So you want to put up a pool shed, and you need about a 12-foot variance for the side yard. You know, what we need to show in order to get a variance granted is a hardship, something unique with the land, and I'm looking at the land here, and you somewhat have a rectangular lot, which is somewhat unique. Doesn't seem to make sense to put it anywhere else. Have you considered putting it anywhere else in the yard?
Yeah, and that's, we definitely, I'm glad you brought that up, because that was something that Jack mentioned. We have to make sure that we're, that we present. So we definitely have considered it, and that was one thing, even going as far back as, you know, prior to even knowing where the, you know, what the requirements were, you know, when we had the landscape architect, was we want to put it somewhere, where should it go? And, you know, we have leaching fields and septic tank. It's, if you're looking at the maps, to the left of the you know, left of the map. In the back area, I mean, you could put something there. It's not on the survey, but we have a, you know, a homemade swing set area there. And frankly, we just, you know, we like the view going back, just a lot of nice open yard, so it just looks pretty. And then the other thing is, it's the deep end of the pool. So we don't really want something that far from the, you know, again, I'm not sure if it's on the survey map, I think it is, but you can see where, you know, the walkway, the driveway kind of ties into where the pool area is, at least the shallow end of the pool, and towards the back is where the deep end is. So we don't really, it wouldn't be nearly as functional, and, you know, just
It's a
wouldn't look
safety
as
issue
nice.
at a certain level.
Yeah.
The main entrance to the pool is in the front area.
Yeah, it's
where
in
we-
that, yeah.
Right, where we would put the shed pool house. So having it in the back kind of would defeat the purpose
That's
of
good,
having a
state of Maine.
functional area to put our, you know, pool floats and have the kids go grab their things to go in the pool if they have to go across the whole yard.
Okay. All right. Any other questions of the applicant?
If I may. Did you consider one thing, just a consideration? Where you have the patio, if you slid that shed down, that it was parallel with that line, you would meet the requirement of 25 feet. And yet it's still far enough back that you can see, you know, through the yard, the deep end, and it would probably, for a changing area, be closer to the ground, the in-ground pool. So, and this way here, you wouldn't have to come for a variance.
Yes, we did consider that, and actually our surveyor pointed that out. It said you could just put it here. There are a couple trees there, which are not on the survey, and I had asked him if he could put the trees, and he said it wouldn't be typical. You typically don't put trees there, so I mean, it's obviously not a big deal. You could knock the trees down, open the fence, but it just, it doesn't, maybe it's one of those things you have to see it, but we didn't think that would look nice, and I guess our landscape architect didn't either. It would also just be, some of the copy of the map, I have a different copy here. It would be, oh, thank you. Oh, thanks so much. Yeah, that's right. So it would be, yeah, so the patio area is identical. It would be right up against, I mean, that's our like one little, you know, area to kind of sit with a lounge chair, and it would be really just like next to, we'd have to tear up on the fence, and it would be right next to it. It just wouldn't seem
Are you
nice
talking
in our
about the patio
opinion.
area next to the tree line?
You're right to the right of the pool.
Where there's the patio extends out a little bit, I guess,
Okay.
that area.
Yeah, there's a, so I think that's what you're saying, right? It could go there and then be in compliance with the existing zoning.
Yeah, you know, the thing
It's on
is,
the pool deck, then, so we're sitting on the,
It would be, yeah, exactly, right up against it, which wasn't all that appealing to us.
the thing comes down to this, you know, here we are, it's black and white, to prove a hardship. You know, aesthetics is not a hardship. And I'm just trying to wrap my arms around that, what, you know, that we can gravitate to. And, you know, it may not require a variance, but, you know, because, you know, you want to see the back more, you know, that's more of, you know, aesthetics, but not a hardship.
would that block the view of the pool if you had the shed on the patio? Would that block the view from the house?
No.
I mean, from the road or,
Yeah, from the road, from the house? the porch?
a bit less, I think. Because it would still be, you can kind of see where the,
Because the way it is, it doesn't impinge or impede the closed-in porch, because it'd be in line with that, so you're probably coming in a foot and a half there. So you got full view if you're in the porch, you got a view from the center of the house, and on the left of the house, you got a full view, looking straight out.
Yeah, I mean, it's a, I mean,
This is the issue that we're putting in an extension, so, and.
yeah, well, I mean, it's a,
right there.
I don't know exactly how to answer your question. We did think about that, including this morning, when we were thinking about, okay, what if that comes up? Why can't it go there? And I think it's just a variety of little things that add up. Part of it's aesthetics, a big part of it's aesthetics, right? Just not wanting to be, it just won't look as nice. It won't serve exactly the same function. But to be honest, I mean, we were just kind of brainstorming this morning, and it just naturally kind of came up, well, yeah, we could put it there, but we could also put it right here, right, or right here. It just
Yeah,
doesn't,
no,
it just doesn't, that's not why we're doing this.
Yeah, and the thing is, you gotta understand our end of it, it's a hardship, and aesthetics is not a hardship. So, I mean, very easily, this could be shifted if that works. I mean, if there's a safety here, you gotta prove that it's a safety issue, okay? But other than that, you can shift this thing over and you got no variance, you don't have to worry about it. You go get a permit. You call it a day.
We would have to leave a fence for safety with the children.
The fence can go, but the actual patio or this pool house you're gonna put up. So you could actually come into the back of it, that locks it off, this side here, because where you got it now, the fence that you're gonna put up is going around along the patio and then back to the shed. Is that the way it was planned?
I'm sorry, can you say that again?
The fence to close in the pool so nobody can come from the outside in.
Yep.
So from what I can see, it looks like he's running the fence along the pool area, along that edge, and then it doesn't show it, he's showing it going back towards the
Right.
parallel with the house.
Right.
So if you move the shed there, the fence could hit that portion of the corner of the pool house, and then come off the pool house and then go around, and then it would become part of the pool area, which is what you would want the pool house to do.
So we'd have to keep it locked for the kids'
That-
bikes and things
that's-
like that to access.
you don't have to
the
decide.
I
patio and
can't
get
pick you up
people.
on my microphone,
Oh,
over
sorry.
my microphone. If you could step up closer to the microphone, thank you so
So
much.
I think what you're meaning is that the shed would act as part of the fence.
It would be the fence.
Which would require us to keep it locked for the
But-
kids.
Yeah, but there's
To be
only one
safe.
door in and out. In other words, you only have one door on the shed.
So it's, yeah,
Well, it was going to be a storage shed on one
didn't say
end,
that, yeah.
and then a pool shed on the other.
Yeah, but
So separated
is
into
there a
two.
separation wall between the,
Yep.
yeah, so it's one door. You have a door coming into
So-
the shed and one door coming into the pool house. So in
That's-
other words, you can't get from one area to the other.
so, yeah, so that's, so I didn't specify this in the beginning, I should have, but I guess one of the things is that that area is also supposed to be, again, designed to be kind of, kids can go in and get bikes and things like that, like, all weekend, for example, we have our kids, going outside and getting toys and bikes and all that, scooters, right? So that's kind of, I mean, it's almost like a garage, right, in that sense. In the summertime, it'll house pool noodles and chairs and the robot to clean and,
Right.
You want to have
and in
access
the-
to it.
in the
So
summer-
what you're saying then.
Wintertime, they can go in.
Let me
Yep.
simplify it for you. So what you're saying, it's a safety hazard if the shed becomes part of the pool area. Because if they gotta go out there and get in the bikes, they have access to the pool.
Exactly.
Is that correct?
Sorry, that's where I was going.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, understand, we're not here to tell you what to do, we're here to
Yeah, yeah.
address this one
Absolutely.
issue, and as we indicated before.
Just wanna make sure we're
sa-
clear.
a Safety issue, that is a basis for a variance, hardship, and safety is part of it. Any other questions for the applicant? All right, you all set, have a seat.
Thank you
very much.
I should note, for the record, we have submitted with the application are 4 letters in support. I think everybody has a copy of them. But the 4 budding owners of all
Thank you.
universally indicated their approval of it, in no uncertain terms, so having said that,
I'll close the meeting.
is there a motion to close the public aspect of the meeting?
I
Okay,
second.
Greg makes the motion, David seconds it. It's a variance, despite, that's certainly valuable suggestions. We do have an application, we have to accept the application as filed. But you know, there's a unique, you know, it is an oblong rectangular piece of property.
Just wanted to make sure we cover the bases.
I think we're covered if none of the neighbors who have standing could object or not object. So I think that, looks like a go for me, but any other discussions?
I'll make a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve it.
No? Pat made the motion to approve the variance, David seconds it.
second it.
Tim, you want to
It's
just
my
call the
thing.
roll to start?
Just one at a time.
Why don't you start with Pat,
For-
just go around,
Oh,
you last.
oh, okay.
Pat?
Pat? I was going to.
Yes, I approve.
Okay,
Yes is the granting of the variance.
okay, David?
Yes, I approve.
Okay.
Yes.
great, Yes.
Matt,
Matt?
Yes.
Taking a vote? Oh, there we go.
and I agree. I would vote to grant them the variance, so it is passed. Good luck to you.
Yep. You're
Okay.
welcome.
You got a tired baby there.
I'll make a
Anything else
motion.
before this board?
Make a
else?
make a motion to close.
Make a motion to close?
I'll second it.
David seconds it?
That's my
Okay, we're not off the air yet. We are adjourned.
Thank you very much.
And you'll fill us in as
Yeah,
far
some
as what we
classes
have to
you
do
gotta
for
take.
classes.